Next options we have it's undo redo option group. So right here we can specify how many operations we can do or undo, go backward. Currently it says 5 changes, so it's meaning if I do 5 changes, it will remember. If I stack another one 6, then my first one will be pushed out and we won't remember this. So I can increase this, but problem with this undo redo is actually uses system memory, so it's utilized as a RAM instead of hard drive, except the snapshot. So what you want to do, you want to determine how many of those redo you want to do, or you want to go and use it snapshots for the longer terms. Also, beside, you can put a very large number if you need it, but also control by using keep history of operations till system drop below. So if you have a 25% system left, your first stack will start clear out from your undo option. So you have some kind of prevention from the applications go unresponsive or overuse the memories. By default, it's have 5, and in many cases I find out 5 it's worked just fine in this case. Or how I said before, you can use it snapshots if you need to go back to more early revisions. Then also you have it current system resource 86. You can flash history, and flash history it will be referred to pre-cached plans, textures, and other things that is used in Vue. Example, if you open the plant editor, okay, and let me show you what I mean by pre-caching. So right here we're going to plant, and example I'm going to use lime tree. So you'll notice it's take a time to preload right now and placing. So if I'm going to use it second time, it will be faster to use this. Also, when used in ecosystem, it will utilize much faster this way. If you're going inside the option and you flash some of the history, undo, redo stuff, so it will crush it, undo. So in this case, if I can Control Z, it won't remove them because my history is flashed as well. And how I said before, if you purge memory in this case, the reference to those that I don't use materials will clear as well. So just leave it different between flash history and clear up memory. Okay, next we have an ecosystem option right here, and this is just the warnings. It's how many polygons threshold of instance can be used. If you have a computer with more memory, you can add more before the warnings pop up. But again, this is just a warning. It does not limit or stop you for creating more. It just come up warnings and red symbols tell, hey, you in a zone when you're using a little bit too many of the threshold or the polygons. So the next we have it also user interface options. Here we have an option to interact numeric value field chain, which is, as example, right here you can see interactive. We have an object. Okay, let's go select this object. We'll go to position, and notice right here when I start typing, the position is changed. So if I start type 10, it's slowly moving other ways. So it's interactively as I'm typing. Okay, the other options we can have it is not interactive, which is will change position for this object, not as I type. When I'm done typing and I press enter, then the object will switch. Depend on your preferences. If you are adjusting or watching manually, or kind of try just through the slider, you can see right here it does not modify. So in this case, you maybe want to enable the interactive change. You also have an interactive slider change, which is up and down. Similar ways you can apply it. So let's go ahead, okay, for this one. And right here you can see it's kind of moving, so we can adjust and position through the slider. So it's depend on your preferences which one you want it. Again, if interactive is enabled, it's take additional resources to refresh your views as you work alone. Again, it's depend on performance of your computer and your card. Okay, next we have it edit objects upon select. So when we edit, it will go to synchronization mode on the object. For example, if you're going inside your link and you enable synchronizations for this material or synchronization that object, and you add it in externally, so this will watch for this and edit object as you select in your external applications. For example, if you select some textures, enable synchronization, open inside the Photoshop, and the next time when you're going to modify it by selecting, it will open inside the Photoshop automatically and let you edit this. Next, we have it show OK and cancel for the floating dialogues. In Vue 2015, the interface was changed and introduced floating elements, so you can dock and dock. And currently I actually locked, so when I work I don't like those icons pop up yet because to this interface, and this again just purely for tutorials. But if you like it, you can always uncheck, and when you have it floating, you'll notice right here OK and cancel button. So in some module you can enable them to show OK and cancel, more like a legacy type, but for me I disable. On this case, I know, for example, for this I have it OK and cancel. I know I cannot do other stuff till I press the selection on one which does not need it. OK and cancel, I know I can modify without closing this window, so I can move them on a different screen and continue my work. So next we have a dockable editors, and right here it's showing you which of the options or editors can be dockable, and you can uncheck editors that allowed always open floating, so you don't need dock or closing. So in this case you can uncheck. For currently tutorials, I check all of them as the closed or not dockable. So we'll go back. Next, we also have it scan for remove changes, synchronize images and objects. As example, if I take it object and I save with same name and location, and from Poser, for example, import, the Vue, as I use this in a Vue application, will link that object, time and date creation and size to this. So if any of those will modify, Vue will pop up with notifications. So do you want update object or texture that was modified in external application? So you can says yes to update or other things. So use it several times when I work externally with different object from different importing applications. So next, right here on the right side, we have it our presets. So load interface presets, that is used most popular application they're using, which utilizing color presets in keyboard shortcuts. So if you're familiar with 3D Max, Cinema 4D, Gray, this is colors. You can use it Lightwave, Maya, Softmaya, or other ones. You can select, and this will apply colors, keyboard shortcuts and other things. I'm using currently for the tutorials default the Vue. You can change after if you more prefer and more familiar with other applications. Okay, you always can restore those properties so you can experiment, see if you like it or not. Interface color options, it's currently that you can modify it, and you notice right here we have it selection wireframe. We can have it wireframe highlight, which I modified, so I don't like when it's red. And this property is nice because you can save them, store and preload it on different, so you can have it your own interface color and you can share with other people if they like it, or you can depend on what computer you can use it, you can set different ways, so you can again store, load or create new for this one. Then next, you always can reset all these options to default Vue as it was installed applications. You can restore disable messages if you removed some of those highlight messages. And next, last, we have the gamma options. This is work with workflow, the colors. So currently Vue by default uses 1.8. You can use the 2.1 or 2.2, depend on your workflow. You specify this is global changes. You can also specify local to the material in other things, but again remember this is global, and in some cases local will override these global settings. So first we enable gamma correction, Okay, next in the block we can say what gamma we wanted, and again this is just to help on the neutral gray color going through all applications, so it's colors and contrast will look same on your workflow from the maybe Photoshop to the View to the Adobe After Effects or whatever you're using. Next, this is what we're affecting color editor, material previews, we have it functions, scalar functions, and we also gamma exposures in the main view, so we're affecting. Also, we can apply on output or input for image files. So if you import the textures, you can convert them to specific gamma as well. When you save or export object, you can also save some on the output gamma that you prefer. Again, this is a global, and you can change those in some cases on a local in the specific materials in material editor.